Hello, learners. Welcome to the last part of our governance session. In the part one and the part two, we have already discussed initiatives and the programs, institutions that we have discussed, some flagship schemes. Now comes to the last part, right? Okay, so we'll discuss some apps and portals. Policies are not there in this particular month. Then one fund is there, then some state government initiatives, and then finally some awards. Right, let's get to it. So first apps and portal, first is GEM Samvad. So already we have discussed GEM, that is government e-marketplace. So what is Samvad? That means dialogue. So obviously it will be some portal or some kind of a thing. Some portal will be there on which the buyers and the seller can come and can discuss things, right? So we have already discussed GM, right? So currently the GM, how GM works, we have discussed that in detail. We have discussed GM. So government e-marketplace, online platform for government for procurement purposes, right? What are the benefit for buyers and the sellers? We have already discussed that. So remember, GM Samvad was in like continuance to that idea of GM. Okay, so that is what I'm saying, right? I'm giving you the hint to the previous month. So go on the previous month. I've kept the slides here. If you want to go to the video, go to the previous month or revise from the slide. Next, we're going to discuss in detail is public finance management system. So first, public finance management system is basically what it is. First, I'll tell you the brief idea, then we'll start. So basically what happens is whenever the government scheme is there, for example, let's say Manrega. So the fund has to be released finally to the people, right? So how much fund is there with the state government finally, so that timely disbursement of the fund should be there. For example, government has provided many of the funds to the state government, but now they're not using it to the pay to the people because currently, let's say, people are not coming to the place. So public finance management system is a tool and device by which the government can keep a track where the funds are actually required and where we should deploy it. So it will fulfill the real time needs of the program implementation authority, real time needs, because many of the problems in Manrega that we have seen, or in the many government scheme we have seen, that the funding is there, but funding many a times it is not at the proper time. So it will be taken care by this public finance management system, right? Okay, let's get to it. So it is a web based online software tool by the developed and implemented by the Office of Controller General of Accounts. So in the previous month polity things, we have discussed what is Controller General of Accounts. I put the slides also here. We'll discuss that. It is administered by Department of Expenditure. Obviously, the fund is going from the government, so it will be administered by the Department of Expenditure itself. Okay. So the idea is to sound public finance management system. So that's what we're discussing, to provide various stakeholders with real-time, reliable and the meaningful management information system and an effective decision-making support system, right? To monitor the flow of funds, that is the main thing, right? Its coverage includes not only the central sector and central sponsor scheme, but also the expenditures including the finance commission grants given to the state governments, right? Okay. It will be integrated with the core banking system of the country because all the grants go through the bank account, finally go to the bank account of the people. So it will be real-time online tracking by the public finance management system, right? So we have already discussed Control General of Account. Just to reiterate, in the polity discussion, September month polity, it was there. Okay. So Control General of Account under the Department of Expenditure, Ministry of Finance, Article 150 of the Constitution gives the background of this, because the president can decide the manner in which the accounts to be kept, and finally the responsibility of creating such infrastructure or creating such template comes down to the Control General of the Account. So Srimati Soma Rao Burman is the current Control General of Accounts. Next is Santusht portal. So Santusht portal means, Santusht means satisfied. So it is a kind of a, you can say, a grievance redressal mechanism, right? If it means satisfied, so that means a grievance redressal mechanism is there by the labor ministry. So the idea is to speedy redressal of the worker and employer grievances and ensuring the implementation of the labor law at the grassroots level. So at the grassroots level, whether the labor laws are getting implemented or not, because they are there in the statutes, but whether they are implemented finally to the helping the people or not, that has to be taken care of. Okay, so it would be monitor all the service provided by the retirement fund bodies such as EPFO and ECIS, right? Okay, so the later the idea is to cover these things. Later on, it will cover the other aspects, many of the aspects of this as well, many different arenas of where the labor laws are applicable, right? So remember, what you need to remember, that Santush portal is for the Ministry of Labor and Employment, right? And slowly you can see in the February month they have started a implementation monitoring unit for this, right? So always it will remain in the current affair. Whether you can include it in the December or a February, it's up to us, but we have to read it once only, right? So quickly move to the next part. Bikray. So it is basically a Ministry of Finance, what they have launched. So basically it will be a platform, a common auction platform for the properties that are attached to the public sector banks. So with public sector banks attach many properties as a collateral, right? For if you are example not able to pay your loan, so they will have the, after NPA it becomes, the property gets attached to them. So it will be a common platform from which they can extract the maximum value of those properties. So for that property they have set up a e-Bikray auction portal. Actually Bikray is a Hindi word, Kray, right? So this is the basically word e-Bikray. I don't know how they make it, but they make it really tricky for the students, right? So for the banks attached assets. So remember, it's a auction portal, okay? So doing it on a very transparent basis. So now some funds in news, very less we had the that in thing news, that is apps and portals. Now funds, only one fund we are going to discuss, price stabilization fund. So the price stabilization fund, it was earlier under Ministry of Agriculture. Now it is being transferred to the Department of the Consumer Affairs. Okay, now it is being transferred to the Department of the Consumer Affairs. So what is this price stabilization fund? From the name itself, so price stabilization, so it will stabilize the price in the cases of the volatility. So to provide the interest, to safeguard the interest of the growers and provide the financial relief when the prices fall below the specified level. So if they decide a particular level, if the price go below it, the government will intervene and help the people, right? Especially the people who are growing it, right? And for the fish crops, and the volatility of the price is mostly seen in the perishable crops, perishable commodities. It's a central sector scheme. That means all the funds are given by the central government. Now Minister of Ministry of Consumer Affairs says that states need to set up their own price stabilization fund, so that more assurance or more help can be given to the growers or the farmers, right? Now state government initiatives. So we have a bunch of state government initiatives, starting with the teachers transfers and posting policy. I think many of the government level interventions are not important, but they can be asked. Okay, so it's in Arunachal Pradesh. So they have decided that of the postings, they've decided areas into hard, medium, and the soft. Hard means where it is harder to serve, right? And in Arunachal Pradesh, obviously, because topography is problem, accessibility is a big problem, right? So they have decided that the first 3 years, so they'll be given some hard posting for mandatory 3 years in the first 3 years, then subsequently middle, and after that the easy postings will be given, right? So the idea is to provide a need-based distribution to the teacher and protect both, so that there should be no the interest of the students as well as the teachers is served, right? So because you can also see teachers are very enthusiastic right at the start, so when they go into the hard postings, they'll put their efforts in, right? And later on they should be rewarded for the hard postings as well. So just remember it, this posting is policies by the Arunachal Pradesh government. Next is Pale Pragati program. So this is a program for the creation of rural infrastructure, or all the rural level activities, or overall development of the rural areas in the Telangana government. Okay, so Telangana government, this initiative taken by the state government, Pale Pragati program. The minister himself take care of the monitoring of this particular initiative. Next is Kerala. Kerala is in the news because Kerala has been declared as the diabetics capital of India. It has the very high diabetic prevalence of the diabetes. It is at around 20%, whereas the national average is only 8%. Many of the reports have also came out that Kerala has reduced the communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are low because these communicable diseases can be tackled by the medication, proper healthcare infrastructure, but the extent of the NCDs are increasing, and one of the NCD is diabetes, so cardiovascular disorder. So these things are increasing in the rich states of India, or the what we say developed states of India, because more sedentary lifestyle, less the kind of junk food and all these, because of these things, and apart from the other reasons. So many of the developed states of India, we can see rise in the NCDs, and this is called the dual burden, dual disease burden of India. On the one hand, there still exist states like Bihar, UP, which are facing the problem of the problems like Japanese encephalitis, AES. On the other hand, we are having Kerala, which are facing a increasing the number of NCD. So no one size fits all approach in the healthcare will not work. We have to decentralize to the level of the states. Right, talking about Kerala, the other initiative of Kerala is Kerala Bird Atlas. So it's an ambitious citizen science project, not important for UPSC, just citizen science projects. What it will do, Bird Atlas. So it will map the distribution and the abundance of the birds for the Indian states. So the question, if they ask a very factual question, they'll ask you which state, in which state the initiatives has been taken for the distribution and abundance of the birds for the entire state has been taken. So answer will be Kerala. Right. So some of the states for digitalization of land records, first is Bhumi project by the state of Karnataka. So the idea is to digitalize all the records of the land in the Karnataka. So remember Bhumi project in the state of Karnataka. Right. So this is the Bhumi portal. Next is Mahabhulek. Right. So it is by the Maharashtra government. So it is Mahabhulek. Right. So the idea is it is called Satbara Utara or 712. You have seen 712 previous slide as well. 712 Utara. So what is this? So basically Satbara Utara is the extract from the land record register. Right. In this extract, what is written? Everything, which is the ownership, in which area it is, the village, taluk, district, and all these things. Why it is required? Why? So the same argument why the land record digitalization is required. So proof of land title, genuineness, and all these things, to raise the farm credit and loan from the bank, all this. Right. So remember, if the question itself comes the Satbara Utara, what, in which state it is there? So remember the answer will be Maharashtra. Okay. Next is Bhudhar. So from Aadhar, there is a name Bhudhar by the Andhra Pradesh government. So every land parcel will be given an 11-digit Bhudhar number. So just like Aadhar, we are there, the land parcel will get the Bhudhar. So the land identification can be done for the land parcel. Right? You can read it here. Very easy. So the question will come. Question will be very easy. It will be on the lines of which state government is doing it. That's it. So answer will be Andhra Pradesh. Next is Disha Act. So again, Andhra Pradesh Act. So what is this act? This is Criminal Law Amendment Act. So what they have said, they have, for example, Disha. So they have tribute to a veterinary doctor named Disha who was raped and murdered. So it includes the women and the child offender registry. Right? A punishment for the death penalty for rape for the judge with judgment period up to 21 days. So these are the amendments have taken place under the Disha Act. Right? So remember, the Disha Act will be of Andhra Pradesh. So they have made amendments within their own state legislature. Right? So they have made some like fast tracking of the judgment, stringent punishment, like that. Okay. Let's say run through file mechanism. So run through file mechanism is by the Haryana government. Right? So Haryana government has initiated this particular mechanism. Why is it so? Acha, one more thing I want to discuss, that these state government initiatives can be really good for writing the case studies. For example, case study in the e-governance, case study in the ethics, you can write these examples. Okay, that this particular government has done this and it is the way forward, or the other states can emulate this, like that. So Haryana government has introduced this mechanism in the centralized file movement and tracking information system. So idea is to important because many of we have seen the bureaucratic delays, or bureaucratic red tape. A file is there, so many people have to sign, and it is not getting passed through. It is somewhere sandwiched between the other pile-ups. So this mechanism will help to, so that it should not be any delay due to the conflicting hierarchical and the departmental priorities. Okay, so that is Haryana government. Right, it will be personally monitored by the Chief Minister of the Haryana. Next is trachea. So trachea is a unique barcode software adopted by the Haryana police, right? So what is this? So basically, if you remember Arushi case in the Noida. So why the case become controversial start from the itself problem, because the police which went for the forensics, it itself has compromised the scene of the crime, right? So for example, not I'm giving you because of that, but I'm just give you the context. So unique barcode software that will help in the forensic reports should not be tampered. So there cannot be any tampered of the samples collected from the crime scene, right? So giving you the context of Arushi murder case, a movie named Talwar was made on it, right? Next is Kalia scheme. So Kalia scheme is by the Odisha government. So government has come up with the Kalia scheme. So it was in the last year when the PM Kisan has launched these schemes of state government were in news. Again, why it is in news? Because they have decided to merge Odisha Kalia with the PM Kisan. So now the whole assistance, earlier assistance was more, but now assistance have been decreased because of the funding constraint. So finally they have decided to give 10,000 rupees to the farmers, out of which 6,000 will be given under the PM Kisan and the 4,000 will be given by the Odisha government. Okay, right. So so this is PM Kisan, and landless farmer under the Kalia scheme will continue to receive 12,000 rupees by the Odisha government, right? So these are the schemes for the landed farmers. Remember, it's a better scheme than the PM Kisan. So that goes to show how states can innovate on their own level to provide more benefits to the people, right? Next is Nirbhay Kadi program. So bold bud program. So this program is basically by the Odisha government. So what you can do, how you can remember these things, make an India map. Again, I'm focusing too much on maps because map is one of the way to achieve the targets, to achieve the retainability, and retainability is the key criteria of our discussion. So Odisha government, you write this Nirbhay Kadi program, you write the Bhumi project from Karnataka like this, right? The initiative of the Maharashtra government. You can, if you mention in the map in the one go, you can revise all the programs. Because you may be knowing what the program is, you may lose the fact that which state government has initiated this program, right? So this particular Nirbhay Kadi program is for the in the Odisha and for the giving information on the child marriage. Okay, giving information on the child marriage, right? So that child marriage can be eliminated. Next is Tripura gets the first SEZ. So SEZ is the special economic zones. We have discussed SEZ in our economics classes. So just to remember, just to get the fact that Tripura has the state which has got its first SEZ finally. Now we coming to discuss some awards. So first award is with respect to the Jaga mission, that Odisha government has got Jaga mission. Jaga mission is for the transforming slums into livable habitats. So that is why they are given this World Habitat Awards given by the World Habitat in partnership with the United Nations Habitat every year, right? So this Jaga mission Odisha government has taken up, right? So this is the website of the Jaga mission, transforming slums to the rehabilitate to the livable habitats. Okay, so just remember it is by the Odisha government, and for that they have been given award, right? Next is National Florence Nightingale Award. So Florence Nightingale, I hope everybody knows that she was the famous nurse, right, for the selfless service, and on her legacy this award has been given. From 1973 it has been given, and for the meritorious service rendered by the nurse to the society. Currently you can see in the COVID-19 period as well, the efforts of the many of the scientists, not scientists, apart from the scientists who are working for the vaccines, mainly the frontline corona warriors like doctors, policemen, all these people working really hard. WHO has also announced the 2020 as the year of nurses and the midwives. So you can expect one questions on this idea, right? So Florence Nightingale, also known as the Lady of the Lamp. We must have heard of her stories in our childhood, right? So the President has given some awards to the Florence Nightingale Award. If you remember, there was a nurse in the Kerala who died while serving the Nipah patients, because Nipah virus, we have discussed, very high survival rate is very low, right? So mortality rate is very high. So she was infected with Nipah and she died. So her husband received the award, Florence Nightingale Award, right? Next is Nari Shakti Puruskar. So Nari Shakti Puruskar by the President of India, instituted by Ministry of Child Development for the eminent women in institutions, and carry cash award and like this. Just to mention it, not important. I don't think it is very important. So Nari Shakti Puruskar is not given after death, right? And many of the women have got this award. Again, UPSC exam does not ask these questions, so just skipping it through. Right, so we are done with our current affairs governance portion for December month. Just to revise it quickly, first started with GM Samvad, nothing to be discussed here. What was the GM, that was important, and we have already discussed that. Next is public finance management system for the real-time information to all the stakeholders. Then Santush portal of Ministry of Labor for grievance redressal of the in the case labor laws are flouted. Then e-BCREB portal for the banks, so that they can get an auction they can do of the assets that they have attached to themselves. Next is price stabilization fund, one of the funds that we have discussed, that was transferred from Ministry of Agriculture to the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, and now the union minister is asking for the states to have its own price stabilization funds. Then state government initiative, teacher transfer and posting policies of Arunachal Pradesh. Then Palya Pragati program of the rural infrastructure in Telangana. Then Kerala is a diabetics capital. Then Kerala Bird Atlas, Bhumi project, Mahabhulek, then Bhudhar. It is interesting and it is important as well. Bhudhar, right? 11 number will be given to the particular land parcel and which that can be identified. Next, Disha Act, run through file from Haryana. Then Treka also from Haryana. Interesting initiative for the policing, right? Next, Kalia and integration with the PM Kisan. Then Nirbhay Kadi, then Jaga Mission also be important for Odisha, right? Because slums rehabilitation, it has got award, that is why it becomes relevant for us. Then Forest Nightingale award, and finally we ended with the Nari Shakti Puruskar, right? So we are doing this revision thing. I hope it helps you to finally at the end of the video revise the things that we have done, right? Also revise from the PPT. It will be very quickly will be available on our Telegram channel. So see you in the next part. We are done with the governance. Now we'll start international affairs in the very next class, right? Thank you everyone. See you in the next class.